If you're an artist or band, the hardest thing you're going to work on is going to be your music. From writing to recording and mastering and distribution, getting that song to market is a journey. So it's natural to want to talk about it on your socials a lot. And that's fine, but when you can engage your audience as soon as possible with things outside of an ask, things like listen to my music, stream my album, come to my show, then I believe you're going to be building an audience that is more ready to engage in your entire brand and follow your artistry beyond your next song. No cap. Well, hey there, and welcome back to Christian Artist Pro. And if this is your first time here on the channel, welcome. I hope you can get some good info in these next couple of minutes and begin to dive deep as we build videos and conversations around artist branding, visual identity, and creatively engaging and building your audience. My name is Kevin McNeese, and I founded Christian Artist Pro in 2018 after walking alongside hundreds of independent artists and helping them market their music. And we formed a lot of good, solid relationships with these artists and found out where most were getting stuck. So CAP was developed to help artists focus on what's important now with kind of a minimal budget and grow an engaged audience around the music they were already recording and releasing. And so that's what we're going to do today as we continue to talk about how to effectively use social media. Now, as we discussed in the last video, most artists are using social to just talk about their music. So like go get the album, or stream the single, or come to the tour. But today, I'm gonna give you 30 questions, that's right, 30, that you can answer that have nothing to do with your music itself, but will actually help you begin to establish a better relationship with your fans that isn't based on a transaction or an ask. Now, you can answer these questions in a lot of different ways. For example, you might wanna do a basic test post on your wall. Maybe you can make a few image blocks and put together a slide presentation or an image gallery. You can do a live Q&A video and knock out a few of these at a time, or make a few short form videos and keeping your answers under 60 seconds. That'll help your audience get in and out quickly. You can write a blog or a column on your site and then tie the answer to a larger theme or even to one of your own songs. My advice here throughout this entire conversation is just be creative. You are an artist after all. Bring that same creativity from your song creation process to your content as well. Well, let's get started. Number one, why did you want to start making music? Now, this will be one of those questions that you'll get asked over and over again, so it's best to start answering it now. It's also a question that every single fan is going to be interested in hearing. This is like your superhero origin story. Get it out there. Don't be afraid to go deep. Your audience is going to love it. Number two, what does your artist name or band name represent? Look, we love a good origin story, and your stage name should have some kind of story behind it. If it's not a good story yet, either get a name that has one or find a better way to tell it. Because again, you're gonna get asked this a lot, and you don't wanna be stuck with a really lame story for the rest of your career that you hate telling. Number three, what does making music do for you? Here's where you can share some vulnerable stories about what music does for you. Does it improve your mental health? Does it help you process some trauma in your life? Does it encourage you to just connect and see others? Just get really real and really honest here. I think people are going to connect well with that. Number four, take us through a typical day in your life. People love learning about your day. Share a video montage of just like a typical day. When do you wake up? What's your morning routine? What do you eat for breakfast? Do you work to pay the bills while you fund your music passion? What kind of car do you drive? Just make it fun and personal without giving away too much, like your house number, your street address, license plates, major landmarks, etc. Your personal privacy is still very important. Number five, take us through a day in the studio or your creative process. What does it look like for you to create a song? Do you have favorite places to write or produce? Do you play instruments? Are you in a studio maybe? I think people love being brought into that process. Number six, what was your family life like growing up? Look, everyone has a weird family. Just remember, they might see whatever answer you put there, so don't make things any worse. Respect their privacy as you engage in this question. Number seven, what are your personal passions in your life? You love music, like we get it, but do you also love skiing, hiking, boating, other outdoor activities? What about sports? What about reading or other hobbies? Number 8, a follow-up to that. If you were not doing music, what would you be doing as a career? Look, I love hearing about this from artists. What is the plan B? And if you don't have one, make something up. Because if the artist thing doesn't work out, let's face it, you probably aren't going to sit on the couch and do nothing. Or like maybe you would. Like, be honest. You're going to rip that Netflix library and PS5 game all night long. I guess that's something. Number 9, what gets you upset? What gets you excited? Look, everyone has trigger points, and in a way, hearing each other's frustrations as well as passionate things that they are passionate about, it helps bring a level of realism to the conversation that your songs may not be reaching. As you dive into these, you might actually find a few of your songs helping with some of these frustrations as well. So if you can relate this conversation to maybe like a lyric or an entire song of yours, look, even better. Number 10, what's important to your faith? How can you inspire your audience to continue in their own faith journey? As you push forward into your own artistry, what are some things that you want your own faith to influence or be challenged by? Number 11, what are some of your favorite life verses? Any faith-based artist at all should be in the Word on a regular basis and have a few of these tucked away, and yes, memorized. I'm horrible at memorizing things, but yes, you should have scripture memorized. Know your Bible, and not in a marketing, like a look at my wisdom type of way, but just in like a personal faith, like you're rooted in truth way. Always be in scripture and share it while inspiring others to join you in that journey. All right, number 12, what are you currently listening to? Most artists listen to music, but don't get caught here in being popular. Like, be honest and real. If you're a Christian artist and listen to mainstream pop, share that. And if people have a problem with that, well, that's on them. If you're a country artist and you listen to rock, it's okay. You'll actually find most people relate with expanded taste beyond your own music, and it makes you just like them. Number 13, what are you currently reading? Let's share what's impacting you outside of the music world. Maybe you could turn this into a top 5 books you've read, or things that you're currently learning and being challenged with. This could easily be an ongoing question to return to again and again as you keep reading and learning. Number 14, how do you get unstuck as a writer? Look, every creative faces writer's block. They get stuck in the process. But what inspires you to keep going and finding new inspiration to get started again? Number 15, what do you want people to say about your music? This is important to think through because it's really core to why you are even making music. Do you want to challenge their faith? Do you want to help them cope with the hard parts of life? Do you just want to tell them that they aren't alone, help them, or just have a good time? It really taps into that why are you making music question that we started out with. Number 16, what's one of the most important lessons you've had to learn? I think we can all learn from each other. We have had challenges that we have all had to overcome. Share a few of yours and how you got around them. I need to know that you survived it and are still going. It's huge encouragement as I face my own life lessons and challenges. Number 17, share the best advice someone has given you. I mean, you can inspire someone actually right now, today, with words of encouragement that were given to you. Pass it on. Number 18, share the worst advice someone has given you. This actually can be really funny and bring some good encouragement. Bad advice feels horrible at the time, but typically it turns into a pretty funny story because we've all been there. Number 19, talk about your bandmates or other people on your team. Preferably make it beneficial to them. What brought you all together? This is a good opportunity to just brag on your circle. There are players around you or with you. Talk about your team and your bandmates and help your audience get to know them as well. Number 20, share some inspirational quotes. Like advice, quotes can actually be something that others can really latch onto. You can be the one to introduce them. Plus, I think sharing quotes makes you sound super smart. And yes, you can quote me on that. Number 21, what do you hate about the current state of the music industry? Look, this thing that you're creating music in is far from perfect. I know that you have frustrations. I hear about them all the time. One of the ways we can keep from being jaded and just crusty and angry is to actually be open and honest and transparent. And people are going to relate. We all have things that we don't like about our job or our workforce. This isn't a gripe session. Be careful about that. But it is a way to relate and work through them and around them. Number 22, equipment gear talk. Share about the tools you use in the creative process. Get into the weeds really deep. Any other creatives or gearheads out there will actually love learning about what you're using to create. Number 23, what has been your biggest hurdles as an artist? Look, the struggle is real. We all know that. And if you can bring your audience into those struggles, chances are they will find some commonality with their own journey, and you'll help them feel like they are not alone in those struggles. Number 24, share behind the scenes footage. This is a great way to bring your audience into your world with a different lens. Have someone follow you around with a camera and just record different parts of your day when major events are occurring. This is kind of boring if nothing is actually happening in your life. So for example, if you're at a conference or if you have a show, attending an event, or like a co-write session, this will actually show you in a different way than on stage and help the audience connect with you on a deeper level. Number 25, what's one of the hardest things about being an artist? Look, you're in a challenging career. Being an artist is tough, and the audience doesn't see that a lot. So when you can show and share the tough moments and challenges with them, you become real to them. It's not about the gloss and the product all the time. Number 26, what personal habits have improved your life? Habits are really powerful, and they're also a lot of hard, consistent work to get locked in. But if you found a good habit, chances are you worked hard to get there. So share that process and what positive things it has done for your life. Number 27, what's the most embarrassing moment of your career? I know you're not perfect though, and neither is your audience. And so when you can just laugh at yourself or tell an embarrassing story, bring some humor into it now, you can actually help people accept those moments, learn from them, and again, help them feel not alone. We got 3 more. Number 28, if you could collaborate with any artist, who would it be? Share who you would love to work with and why. It's really easy. Number 29, share unreleased music. Now this is a major trend right now. You've probably seen these videos of artists just sharing their music with random strangers or even their family members. Sometimes you'll see the caption, should I release this song? Or something I'm working on right now. What do you think? This is just another way to just show that you're active in the process, and it invests in rewards in your audience right now. They feel special and included. And the last one, number 30, is just repurpose your content. Social media is very much an immediate form of communication. Not a lot of shelf life here. So you can actually take any of these ideas and just do it again with a different take or a different format or even a totally different network and not feel repetitive at all. In fact, if anything hits and does well, do it again and again until that trend starts to dive down. None of these ideas are one and done. You can mine them for endless content ideas. Hey, and speaking of endless ideas, I'm sure you've got a few in mind as we went through this list. You can post them in the comments below and point to conversations that you're having on your own socials as well. And if this video was helpful in any way, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell. We'll have more coming soon.